Hey, everybody. We're a little bit behind. Have Coach come in with a guest appearance. Him and Kerry are going to fly in. We got a packed show full of nonsense for you. If I get my stuff set up. Man, I got my kids out here wanting to do Cub Scouts. So we see how that's going to roll. But let's see. Today we're going to talk about the Patriots' decision with Cam Newton. I know you guys are excited about that. Well, we know Coach is. We're going to talk about is Cam, what's his next stop? Is he going to be a backup? Is he going to be a starter? You know, the usual stuff with that. Also going to talk about the coach's favorite topic ever, the Atlanta Falcons. So we know we're gonna go and dive in real deep on that one for sure. And then we also going to talk about Matt Ryan, trade rumors with him. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go because we all know, Matt Ryan could be traded tomorrow, and half of Atlanta will rejoice. So for right or for wrong. We're also going to hit on a little bit of just general conversations about Brian Flores and how he played himself on the podium. What's going on, Tom? What's going on, Miss Peavy? And then we're going to talk about some first rounders and who you impressed by, not impressed by in the preseason. We got a litany of college football topics as well from Scott Frost, his whole situation. What's going on, Miss Ham? We're going to talk UGA versus Clemson because we know you Georgia folks, it had already started. It had already started with y'all. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too. Top 10, which top 10 team will probably be upset, not go unbeaten, and etc. So we got a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, the Jake Paul boxing match. I don't know if you guys saw that. So what's going on, Ms. Hood? Saw that. So we're going to talk about that as well. And then I know Irv wanted to talk about Bishop Sycamore and that whole situation there. So
Irv, we can't hear you. I can't hear you anyway.
So that
yeah, fix something. Something going on.
We'll go ahead and Coach, go ahead and you can run it.
All right, man. No Miss Carey today.
Y'all getting Matt Ryan. Don't worry about that, Miss Peavy. Y'all getting Cam or y'all getting Matt Ryan. Y'all gonna get one of them.
Hello.
There you go. We hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I see it. It's moving.
There you go. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell. Come to you live from the Imperial Palace on Black Mania. Irv, what's going on in Chocolate City today?
Man, nothing much, man. Look, just ran up in here the last second. That's why I'm looking crazy right now.
Yeah, man, it's good when I can be all the way up here at Black Mania. I can see all that stuff going on down there on Earth. And I see what's happening down there. You know, I know y'all got that storm going on. Want to shout out to the people in New Orleans because I know I get upset when my electricity is off for like 5 minutes. I can't imagine a whole city like the size of New Orleans having their electricity out. So we definitely reaching out to them and feeling for them today. So everybody kind of, just say a prayer for them.
100%.
Richard said white chocolate is here. Miss Hood, is that what you call your husband? White chocolate.
Oh, look, Miss Hood, don't answer that.
Hey, Miss Peavy. Hey, Miss Ham. See, everybody's here. Oh, here, Mr. Peavy's here. So we got to talk about the Falcons. I knew you'd be here, Mr. Peavy. Once I made this show Falcon heavy, I figured that'd be enough to get you involved with the show. Irv, talk to me though. What's going on up there? How the no-name team up there going? How they doing?
I mean, we cool. A lot of the fans don't like a lot of the cuts that's been made today, but Every team does it every year. It's always 2 or 3 players that everybody likes. That's a hometown hero or a hometown favorite or something like that. And
well, go ahead and give me one that they don't like for the day. Just one. Just give me one.
all right, Jim. They kept Troy Aikpi and got rid of Jimmy Moreland.
Okay. All right. Now for those of us who don't know who the hell you talking about, tell us why they don't like that. Because it sounds like a good cut to me.
So for us, Jimmy Moreland was one of those guys that, every season he grew, so he got a little bit better at corner. And with Troy Aikpi, if you watch any of the preseason games, first of all, he was a free safety at Penn State, was terrible at free safety with Washington. They moved him to corner, and all preseason he looked like straight garbage, but they decided to keep him.
Happy day. Jason, see if you can get Miss Carey on here. She's trying. She said she can't find the link. I just clicked on that big box and it came. So if you can get with her on that, because she's texting us now telling us she can't find out how to get on here. Anyway, Tom, Mr. Tom is here. Tom, good to see you. Miss Hood now, she got that love for Julio. So she told Mr. Hood that he ain't even close to chocolate.
Dang. Oh, hey, that's a low blow.
I hear you. I'm just trying to tell you. I just call them like I read them.
Look, I'm not mad at it. I see it too.
That's it. Just call them like I read them.
That's funny.
All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and try to get things going here. I know we might be a tad behind. I apologize for that. But all of us that you see on this show, we don't make quite as much money as all of you people who watch the show. So, we have other jobs and things that we have to do. Oh, I saw Miss Carey there for a minute. We have other jobs and things that we have to do that kept us busy, like Cub Scout meetings and things like that.
And Mitchell.
Hey, Miss Carey.
Hey.
How you doing today?
I'm good.
Oh, there she is. I can barely hear you, though. You might need to turn that mic up just a little bit.
Sound just a little far away.
Or put a little bit more bass in your voice or something. Give me something.
Okay. Let me try to work that out.
Yeah, see if you can work that out, because sound like Chris Paul took your breath away this morning or something. I don't know what's going on. So,
last week I was creating an echo and Jason kept muting me. So
there you go. You better now. Now we can hear you now. That sounds good. That's a good level right there.
Yeah, I won't hear the echo anymore either, so you're good.
Yeah, I think you're good to go. Well, folks, the first big news of the day, I think everybody will agree with. I think this story took everybody by surprise more so than anything, is Cam Newton being cut by the Patriots. I have my own views on this, of course. Like I said, having competed against Cam Newton in 7-on-7 over the past several years now, and talk to him just about every summer when we play each other. So I'm gonna let Miss Carey, the native Atlantean, as Cam Newton is an Atlantean himself, let her give us her take on this.
yeah, we knew it was coming in some way, shape, or form. It was just a matter of time and how they were going to do it. It looks like they called Houston and tried to get some pointers about how they could get their quarterback out.
Wow.
Houston helped him out a little bit.
Wow, that's that Atlanta hate right there. If that ain't some Atlanta hateration going on right there, boy. Woo, you just went for the jugular.
We knew it was coming. They wanted their Mac Jones. They got him.
Wow. Who is they?
We know who they are. That is a question that already has the answer.
I'm just trying to figure out who they are. That's all I'm asking.
It's in Boston. Come on.
Wow. All right, let's move it on over to Herb. Herb, talk to him.
Hey, we talked about this last week. As soon as they came up with the ghost, what was it? The ghost COVID test.
Yeah.
This, I hate when they do stuff like this, because Cam didn't necessarily look bad, but we all know they was going to try to get Mac Jones in there somehow, and it's kind of jacked up the way that they did it. But I hope he gets on his feet. He sounds positive, as positive as he can be. He's probably already has a destination he's going to go to be the backup right now.
Well, I know we haven't spoken on this subject today, and we, you know, went back and forth kind of texting about it in our little chat that we have. And I told you guys, I feel like this is a big mistake from Belichick. I feel like I don't think Daniel Jones is ready to be a starting quarterback. I know good and damn well if Justin Fields isn't ready in Chicago, that this boy damn sure ain't ready in New England. I mean, Justin Fields has had a phenomenal preseason, if you ask me, in training camp from everything that I've seen. I even like Trey Lance out there in San Francisco. I think he's had a great training camp, and I think that he looks like he could possibly be a first-day starter. And I think this guy, you know, Mac Jones, I think he's looked, you know, a little scared sometimes back there. He looked a little shaky to me. You know, I mean, I can't wait to see when he gets the real bullets flying at him. Because, you know, this isn't going to be these third stringers and guys that got released today and yesterday coming at him anymore. This is going to be the real deal coming at him from now on. Yeah. And we'll see how he does with that. I think that you should have let Cam start, let him go on ahead and get beat up or whatever and whatnot. Maybe it's somewhere around game 7. If you're, you know, above 500, go ahead and make the switch. But to cut Cam now, I don't see how this is helping your team. And I mean, who's going to be the backup now? I mean, if you've looked around, I know that there's been a lot of people cut today who could possibly get a job and be a backup somewhere. But I just don't think not having a quality backup, I mean, somebody who can really come in with some NFL experience and, you know, actually do that job, I just don't get why you wouldn't have kept Cam when you've had him. And y'all know I'm not a Cam Newton fan. But I just don't know why you cut him when he's been there for a year and a half now or whatever and knows your system and knows, you know, all the players and has been somewhat of a leader, has done well in the locker room. Matt Ryan, man, please, we're going to talk about him in a minute. Pete, you just such a homer. You just love you some Atlanta. You always got to say something about somebody in Atlanta. We're going to talk about Matt Ryan in a minute. But anyway, I don't get it. So I stick with what I said today. I think it's a mistake, and we'll see how it works out. We'll see how he does in his first 5 or 6 games. But I'm not looking for him to do near as well as he's done so far. I can tell you that much.
I agree.
So what do you say about that, Ms. Carey?
About we're still on Cam Newton?
We still talking about Cam. We're talking about the decision more so than anything.
Yeah. I mean, nobody would be happier to see Bill Belichick fall on their face, though. I mean, I would be happy to see Mac Jones go out there and flop and Bill Belichick have to sit in front of the reporters with his sad-ass face and no comments. So
wow.
I'm good with it. They want to let him go. Let
Can I ask you a question?
Go.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How come he can't just have a sad face? Why it got to be a sad ass face?
Because it looks like a sad old white woman's ass.
No comment. No comment at all.
You don't leave that alone there?
Not alone. Look, where's my water?
All right. That leads us to this question then. And since Irv is taking a water break, Ms. Carey, I'll ask you. Is there a landing place in the NFL for Cam Newton? And where would that be?
I know Irv said no, but I'm going to say Washington.
Ooh.
Because he said Washington passed on him that Rivera passed on him several times. And I said, okay, maybe he didn't want him as a wife, but maybe as a side piece, he don't cost as much. I might take him in Washington. I see him in Washington.
Wow. Talk to me. Could he be in the Chocolate City?
Okay, listen. No, first of all, No, I'm not saying it to be rude, but honestly, if he gets picked up, I got to feel it's going to be like around week 3 or 4. He's going to Detroit.
Ooh, that's not bad right there. That's not bad. That might be a good fit. That might actually be a good fit.
I just have a feeling because everybody's bringing up Miami to back up Tua. Everybody's bringing up Houston because they don't know about Deshaun. Everybody's bringing up New Orleans because, whatever. But they got too much money in New Orleans at quarterback.
30.
Yeah.
But
Jason says he'd be a star in the Chocolate City. And I got to agree with Jason on that now.
Listen, he'd be the star in the club at Chocolate City. We all know how these guys do. That's big face. When they come to DC, I don't know. The only good thing about that is we starting to get better vegan food in DC. So I guess.
Well, I tell you what, I was in a chat earlier today on a Vanderbilt chat room and talking with some Vanderbilt alumni and whatnot, and they were kind of bemoaning the fact that he had been cut and thinking it was wrong and all that. And some of them were saying that, bring him to Tennessee.
That's interesting.
And to the Titans. And I jokingly said, I don't think that Nashville is a big enough city for Cam's entourage. I don't think he could fit his entourage in this city. And 2 or 3 people said, we are already here.
Oh, wait a minute.
So there were 2 or 3 of his friends that I was unaware of. And they said he's got big ties in that city because his brother goes to TSU, to Tennessee State University.
That's right.
Which I was not aware of that either. So I think that would be very interesting that Cam could possibly wind up there because of the fact that his brother's in town and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that might be someplace that he might be looking for. So I think that's pretty interesting.
And that's funny because his brother just left Howard. And I forgot he left Howard to go to Tennessee State.
Yeah. So like I said, again, guys, that's why you never know who's out there listening. And I mean, I was just dropping kind of a joke about it, saying I don't think Nashville's a big enough city for his entourage. Then a guy busted up and said, hey, we're already here. And said his brother's over at TSU and I'm here. And then some lady popped on there and said, yeah, I was just about to tell him we already here. I don't know what he's talking about. And I was like, well, dang.
Coach, who's the current backup for Tennessee, for Tannehill?
That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure who it is, because to me, y'all got this infatuation with Tannehill. Tannehill's the backup as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking for the starter on that team.
I agree, 100%.
So I don't consider Tannehill as being the starter, but y'all act like he's so good, or Jason does anyway, and Travis. They think Tannehill invented quarterback or something. I ain't seen him do nothing but hand the ball off to that monster back there, and then every now and then have to run for a first down himself. I don't see him throw it around a whole lot.
And he got weapons on the outside, or he did. Corey Davis is gone now to New York, but he did have weapons in Tennessee. So
now they think he got Julio up there. So now they think that, all these Atlanta people, of course, think that now he got the greatest receiver in football up there.
I'm not
so. Yeah, I mean that's Miss Carey's feeling anyway. That's her baby. Miss Hood love some Julio. So let me stop talking about Julio because I don't want to cause a disruption in this show or at the Hood house tonight if I keep talking about Julio. So there, Jason, Tannehill is a better QB than Cam at this point. So there you go. That's coming from the big man himself.
Let's look at the weapons.
He said Cam to Julio would be nice. There you go.
Let's look at the weapons.
There you go. Yep. Let's look at them. I mean,
hold on. You're going to say Cam Newton, who can't throw a 5-yard out, is a better quarterback at this point than stop. Y'all smoking on the real pack. Get out of here.
Let's pull up the video.
2 rushing touchdowns and 9 TDs and 10 interceptions. Stop it, guys. Like,
wait a minute.
Who's it? Nikhil,
it don't matter if you can't throw the ball. It don't matter who the receivers are.
If they're not getting open, what are you doing?
It don't matter if you can't throw the ball. You don't matter who the receivers are. You can have Jerry Rice out there. If you can't throw a 5-yard out, you can't throw a 5-yard out.
Any topic that can bring Jason out like this.
Y'all talking crazy.
Bring him out.
Come on, Jay.
Cam Newton's washed, man. That
Wait,
shoulder
say this,
surgery was
Cam.
worse than we thought.
Bring
Cam
him out.
Newton's
Bring
washed,
him
man.
out.
Come on, Jay. Hey, bring up some of them Tannehill highlights and let's look at where them passes are where AJ Brown catches them.
Right.
Once again, we can look at the numbers. I think Tannehill's thrown more than Cam threw in his best seasons.
Listen, look at the tape. This is why I keep telling everybody, stats tell you a lot, but the tape
Dude,
tells you
Irvin,
more.
I watched the tape. What are you talking about?
If you did,
Tannehill's a better quarterback. Have you watched Cam Newton in the last 2 years?
Okay,
Preseason and last year. Did you watch Cam Newton?
let me ask you a
Yes,
question.
I did. I did.
Okay,
And I'm
Cam
with
Newton was terrible.
Let me ask
Jason, come on now. You know I've always talked about how he struggled to throw the ball. It's
Thank
just
you.
like Lamar Jackson.
I
He's
understand.
about that much better than Lamar Jackson,
But look
as
at,
far as I'm concerned.
but coach, look who Lamar Jackson's throwing the ball to. One of the top tight ends in the league. He ain't dropping it.
I hear
Same
you.
situation.
I hear you.
I'm looking at footwork, mechanics, the ability to throw the ball, anticipation. Cam don't got nothing. He never had all that.
So you
Cam's
telling me
never had
Tannehill
that
has
ability.
that? Tannehill has that?
Yeah, Tannehill's better than Cam.
Tannehill had Landry
It
in
don't matter
Miami.
who he got. The point is throwing the ball on time in routine he does it better than Cam Newton. He plays
I
better quarterback
understand.
from the pocket than Cam Newton. And the
When
fact that you think otherwise, Irvin, makes me think all your credentials in the NFL.
when Cam Newton won MVP, did he or did he not have better wide receivers than he had in New England right now?
Oh, absolutely, for sure, yes.
No doubt.
And what happened?
No
He
doubt.
couldn't do it then.
He actually had an albatross of a season that year, where he actually not even won the albatross. If you recall that season, the offensive coordinator was scheming jokers wide open, and Cam was getting all these big plays off wide open plays. Cam Newton does not play well from the pocket, Irvin. That's the thing that's been his flaw his whole career. What are we talking about? This is
My
a new thing.
argument is not that. My argument is saying
That's
that
my argument. Is that from the pocket, Tannehill's a better quarterback than Cam Newton.
My
You got to
argument
be in
is,
the pocket to throw the ball.
but this is my argument. You're saying that Tannehill does it better than him.
Yes, he throws the ball better than Cam Newton right now. More accurate.
I don't know about that one.
And Cam Newton can throw it harder and long and further, but so could Jeff George. Don't mean he was a good quarterback. What are we talking about, man?
Jay, come on now.
And then
I understand frustration, but Ryan Tannehill is terrible right now.
Okay. Let me say this in close. I'm gonna go ahead, Ms. Carey. Now I'm gonna close it up.
I was just going to say, well, who are the wide receivers in Washington? Because that's who we really need to be talking about.
Wow.
They'll
Who's he
get
going to be throwing to
He
for the
has
Washington football team?
one receiver that helped him win the MVP. That's all I'll say.
Ms. Carey is hell bent on getting him up there to Washington.
He's not coming.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this as we close up this segment. I need to get that thing that Jason had that I can appear and disappear when I want to.
That's that invisibility cloak, Coach.
I need somebody to build me in a button like that where I can
Hey, let me stop before you mute me like Travis. But
where I can be
but no, to
I
be
can
honest,
be in and out. Like this.
to be honest, the only reason I know for sure he's not coming to Washington is just because of the vaccine. That's it.
I hear you.
That's it. That's the main reason.
I
So
hear
everybody
you.
keeps going out
I think
Washington.
he'll get the vaccine. Watch. He's not going to let the vaccine keep him from millions of dollars. He's about to get that vaccine.
I don't know if he will. I think that
Yes, he will.
he might be one of them principled people that's gonna stand on that. So we'll see. I can see him taking that stance. Let me put it that way. All right. As Mr. Peavy knows, and I'm sure Mr. Peavy knows, Mr. and Miss Peavy, and all you Atlanta fans, Miss Hood, I know Miss Carey knows, those mighty, mighty Falcons wound up being winless in the preseason. And I'm just curious as to how Atlanta fans take that, because a lot of them will take it in the way that a lot of people take it. Oh, it's going to be another year that we're going to suck, which is probably the case. And then there's other people that say, well, the year we made it to the Super Bowl, we didn't lose, we didn't win a preseason game. They will find some, sunshine up somebody's behind that find a reason to give you some kind of hope and joy. So, Ms. Carey, being the resident Atlanta fan on this show, tell me how you perceive an offer in preseason.
I perceive it like I looked at the Mayfield and Paul fight. Like we didn't start anybody, so I'm not worried about losing to these people. I was at the game on Sunday, and I was watching these Browns fans celebrate that they were winning in the first quarter against an undrafted quarterback. I mean, like, really, you should be winning. Like, don't celebrate that stuff. It's the same. You think Mayfield walked away from that fight with Paul and was like, yeah, and staked his name on that? Come on, man. It's just trash. We have our trash players. You just called them trash when you were talking about the Patriots playing Mac Jones playing third string players who were going to be cut and all that stuff. That's who we were playing. So yeah. I'm not at all surprised that we were losing. I think that the coach has his scheme in place and did what he did for a reason. So he knew who to cut when it came time, and we'll be ready when it's time to play.
Did you know that you were on TV, that they actually showed you on TV?
Oh, did they? When I was having a drink with Arthur Blank, probably.
You weren't drinking with Arthur Blank, but only 13 fans showed up. So they put everybody's picture on there for 5 minutes. During Irv, what you gotta say about her?
I'll say the same thing I always say about the preseason. It's the preseason. Who cares?
Oh, some people care now. Some people care.
Yeah, like Baltimore.
I mean, some of these jokes out here betting money on doggone preseason football. And and then you look at the game and got doggone Dak Prescott over there wearing a damn fur coat on the sideline in the dome.
So Dak Prescott's Michael Irvin now?
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? I mean, y'all betting money on this? And they showing him over there. And it's so funny because all of the quarterbacks have a damn thing in their ear to listen to the plays like that matters. Like they could do something about it or whatever. I mean, looking like they work for the CIA or something with one of them NCIS things in their ear and listen. I mean, it's so stupid to me. The whole preseason thing is dumb. Mr. Peavy, Mr. Peavy said we were in the building in the club section. What is the club section? Is that where the all of the waiters and butlers go after they're done cleaning up? Is that where you what is that, Mr. Peavy? What is
this preseason? They ain't cleaned up. They just cleaned up the 300 section. That's it.
I hear you. Falcons for life. I know, ain't no doubt, and that's how they survive. Because everybody said Mr. Peavy just wrote. They can display that across the screen. Falcons for life for me. That's Peavy right there. See that right there, folks? That is why we still have a franchise in Atlanta, because you have people like Mr. Peavy who are going to be with him regardless, who are going to be with him no matter what. Have 3-13 seasons back to back to back. I don't care. I'm going to love them anyway. That's what you got right here in Atlanta. That love or lose. Love or lose. Just like Cleveland. Have you heard about the lonesome loser? That's y'all. That's y'all right there.
I wish we could play the tape back. I wish we could play the tape back because, like, a couple of weeks ago, you were on the fans because they were fair weather fans.
No,
and now you're on the fans because they're staying with the Falcons.
Run that tape back. This is what I said. This is the city of Atlanta. Atlanta has more people who are not from here than people who are from here because we're such a transient city. So all of those people who are not from here, who are the fake fans, those are the ones I'm talking about that it don't take long. 0-3 and they're done. They're like, okay, I'm out of here. Forget these jokers. But then they got people like you, Miss Karen, people like Mr. Peavy, who are going to stay. I told you, I've made a stance here on this show, and I said, if we draft Mac Jones, I'm done with the 49ers. Y'all draft anybody. They could have drafted the 3rd round center from UTEP, and y'all would have been like, oh, he's going to be good. He's going to be good. I'm like, hell no. I mean, if they made a dumb draft pick like that, I'd be like, man, I'm done with these jokers. And that's where I was. I mean, y'all just stay with them no matter what. I mean, they could do anything. They could take that damn boy they drafted right now in the 1st round and everybody's on Kyle Pitts, the tight end, and trade his ass to get Cam Newton. And y'all be like, oh, Cam's going to be good. Cam's going to be good in Atlanta. I mean, that's my whole thing. Y'all let them do anything. They can play anyway and whatever. Just like Mr. Peavy just wrote that Jason put up there.
Falcons for life.
Falcons for life for me, no matter what they do. And that's insane.
But when Julio left, and I told you he's no longer in a Falcons jersey, why would I cheer for him? You were suggesting that it was bad on me.
I'm thinking it's bad on you because of this. That man has spent his whole life in Atlanta. I mean, that joke has done. I mean, I would expect that you would give him at least a damn year somewhere else before you gave him up and said, you know what? Hey, he was my heart, and I understand that and all that. But hey, now it's time to let him go. But damn, he ain't even played yet. He ain't even put on another uniform hardly yet. And you like, man, get his ass out of here.
You want to go?
This man was
You
supposed to
gotta
be a legend. This supposed to be a Hall of Fame legend that was supposed to be playing his whole career here in Atlanta. And you just like, man, you dismissed his ass like, get his ass on out of here. It's like being married to a husband for 29 years or 16 years or however long his ass been here. And now, day one, you're like, man, I don't miss that joke at all. I ain't lose a wink of sleep. I'm glad his ass is gone.
I don't know if you're married today, but if your wife walked in today and said, I would like to live with another man, you would be like, here's your jersey, be gone. And that's what he did. He said, I would like to play for somebody else. Then go.
But I was still missing. I guarantee you, I was still missing for a minute. You've been with somebody that long.
I didn't say I didn't miss him. I said I love him when he was here. I wish him well, but he's no longer in my house. So
I want y'all to look at the consistency of these Falcon fans. Look at Tom Holcroft right there. Once you leave, bye, Felicia.
Bye.
You know what I'm talking about? Bye,
thank you.
All these Falcon fans just the same. All of them just saying, look what he said. I see you left New England when Brady left. That's a lie. I ain't never been no New England fan ever. Ever. I'm a Brady fan. I have never as a matter of fact, I think you can take the whole AFC and ball up and throw them in the trash can. I'm not an AFC fan. The only time I've ever been a fan of the AFC is when I liked the Raiders years ago. And I still just like the whole stigma of the Raiders and all that, just win, baby, and all. I look back on those days. But I have never been a doggone New England fan. I've been a Brady fan, Peavy. That's why when he left, I left with him. I went down to Florida with him. Man, you crazy as hell. Oh, yeah, I'm part of the Brady bunch. You damn skippy. I'm a Brady guy. I've said it on this show many times. He is the GOAT. I don't care what y'all say. He is the GOAT, and that's the way I feel about it. But I ain't never been no New England fan. You crazy as hell, people. Don't be putting words in my mouth. Jason, my ass. Jason will tell you. Jason will tell you. I ain't no damn New England fan. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing in my house with New England on. I don't have nothing in my house with red, white, and blue on it. I'll tell you that right now.
Look, I don't even think I do.
I'm trying to tell you, Herb lives in Washington, D.C., and he ain't got no red, white, and blue in his house.
I do. It's a Puerto Rican flag, though.
There you go. I ain't mad at you about that either.
I'm mad at that.
So anyway, all right, let's move on. Matt Ryan trade rumors. Now y'all help me with this, because now y'all talking about he might be traded here and traded there. I read that there were rumors that he was going to the 49ers, Cowboys, Patriots, Colts, and Bears. Those are the quote-unquote official rumors that have been out there. Has anybody heard anything other than that?
I didn't hear those teams. I heard the Broncos as of like 4 days ago, but I haven't heard anything more than that. It doesn't look like, the cap hit that would happen, I don't think it'll happen in 2021, but maybe 2022.
You know what? Go ahead, Herb. I'm let Herb. Go ahead, Herb.
Listen, I'll just say this. If you don't have another quarterback in place, I'd rather have Matt Ryan than Josh Rosen.
Oh, definitely.
Then who?
Josh Rosen is your current backup for the Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you on that now.
Ain't no way they trade Matt Ryan right now.
I'm with you there. Here's my thing. And again, this the whole Atlanta thing. First of all, did you hear what they were rumored that they were going to get for him, for Matt Ryan?
7th-round pick.
Dude, they're talking about a damn 6th-round pick. And that's what I said to somebody. I mean, how dumb would you be to trade him for a 6th-round pick? I mean, you should have traded his ass a long time ago, like I was telling the same thing with Julio. If you did not think you were going to win a Super Bowl with this, Joe, go ahead and trade him for some damn equity and get you some draft picks or some good players up in here. I mean, that's just crazy to me now to hear them talking about they're going to trade him for a damn some kind of 6th-round or 4th-round pick or something like that. Why? I mean, why would you do that? I mean, that to me is just bananas. I mean, and when I think about all those teams, is he really going to go sit on the bench behind Dak Prescott in Dallas? When they talking about Dallas, the 49ers just drafted a number 1 pick at quarterback, and they're trying to decide between him and this idiot that they gave all this damn money to. So where the hell is Matt Ryan going to fit in there? I mean, I'm just sitting up here trying to figure out what will he do on some of these teams that they're projecting he might go to. Chicago? Are you kidding me? I mean, there's already a big-ass argument there that Justin Fields should be on the field anyway. So what the hell is Matt Ryan going to do? Go and cut Justin Fields' toenails? I mean, what is that for? What are you going to take him there for? I was just amazed at some of these trade rumors. That's why I was like, I'm sure there might be somewhere he can go, but it ain't in any of those places that they listed.
No.
Yeah, I don't know where you read those teams. I read the Broncos, and I read 2 first-round draft picks.
Well, he might go to the Broncos to play.
Or Locke, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he might be able to play at the Broncos because the Broncos got 17 quarterbacks on their team already anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen a team have more quarterbacks on their roster than the Broncos. It's like when they have a damn quarterback conference on the sideline, dude, it's at least 5 quarterbacks over there with headsets on listening in to what's going on. I mean, I've never seen a team. I guess John Elway but he's the quarterback, so he thinks he loves quarterback. It is ridiculous to me to have that many quarterbacks. Most teams have 2, some maybe 3. Nobody has more quarterbacks than they do. I mean, it's embarrassing how many quarterbacks they have on their roster.
And you never want to have a revolving door quarterback.
I agree. And they do. They have over the last probably
since he retired.
5 or 6 years.
No, since Elway retired.
I mean, I think Flacco's been through there. And I mean, they got all kind of quarterbacks that they've had in there in the last 5 to 6 years. It's embarrassing that you can't find a quarterback that can play for you. I mean, it's horrible. So anybody else? What else, Herb? You hearing the rumors about where Matt can go? Or do you think you know where Matt can go? I know where Matt can go, but you tell me where you think Matt can go.
I know nothing. But if he goes to Dallas, it's just another starting quarterback just there to chill out until Dak gets hurt again.
Okay. Miss Carey, you want to tie this up, talk about your baby before we move on?
I don't think he's going anywhere, and I think we're going to I don't think he's going anywhere.
And you think you're going to do just fine with him, huh?
I think we're going to do better than you think we're going to do.
Well,
that's all that matters to me.
Well, let's all pray to God you're going to do better than what I think you're going to do. Because I always think you're going to damn be 0-16. so
you won't be 0-16. So
let's all pray to God you're going to be better than what I think. I can tell you that right now.
Yes.
Miami coach Brian Flores. Did y'all see how he slipped that little diss regarding to Deshaun Watson? Because they were saying that he has some interest for Deshaun Watson and trying to make a big deal out of him trying to bring in Deshaun and maybe that creating some kind of quarterback controversy between him and Tua. And Brian Flores said, well, I always look for high character players, as if to say that would rule out Deshaun Watson because of his character. What do you think about that, Eric?
It's just dumb. First of all, when you guys like Brian Flores, I mean, I understand that Miami's doing a little bit better, but you ain't on the map quite yet as a coach. You can't say certain things like that, especially when you got a starting quarterback who is in his 3rd year now, has shown progression, and has not been in the news for anything in Miami. Like, I mean, listen, Tua is not basically before the draft came out. This is how I thought Tua was going to be, and now all of a sudden everybody's talking about all this and that. Tua is not living up to potential. No, this is the potential that you put on.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, I remember the whole campaign, tank for Tua, and I'm like, are you sure? Because I've seen a lot of Alabama, and it's the same situation like how me and Jay was having the discussion. Look at the talent he had at Alabama, and look at the talent he was going into in Miami. Your stats look great, but the tape don't lie.
I'm with you there. Ms. Carey, what do you think about it?
I mean, I think he was just trying to cover up. He is interested, but he don't want to mess things up with Tua either.
So you gonna slice that man? You gonna slice that man up like that to cover up?
What's that?
I said you gonna slice that man up like that to try to cover up the fact that you want him? I mean, if it was me, I don't think I'd want you anymore. Hearing him say stuff like that.
I don't know. You lost me there, Coach.
I'm saying that if he said that he only wants high character people, and I was I was Deshaun Watson, and he's trying to pretend like he doesn't want me, even though he really does. As Deshaun Watson, I wouldn't want to go there.
Oh,
if you're trying to act like I'm not a high character person.
Oh, for sure. I don't think that Deshaun Watson would go at this point, but I think that at some point, Brian Flores probably expressed interest. And there has been talk. Miami's been a topic of conversation for Watson for quite some time. And so he probably got caught speaking good on Watson, like, oh, yeah, Watson would be nice here, got busted on it, and then try to scale back by saying, oh, no, high character players only.
Let me tell you this. Jason, print what you just wrote, because that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Jason just said, see that right there? Jason stole my line. That's nothing but some black on black crime. That's what I call black on black crime right there. That has nothing to do with player hating or anything. That is truly, in my opinion, black on black crime. That's the definition of right there. Mm-hmm. When you have one man tearing down another man like that, that is awful. Go ahead and play it, Jay.
Your reaction and are you a greater pursuing Deshaun Watson? Reports, speculation, not things we really get into. Look, I understand the question, but as I've said in the past, any conversations that we have or don't have with other clubs are going to be internal. I've been pretty steadfast about that. With our players, with other clubs, and that'll remain the case. Could you address your confidence in Tua, and did you have them address it with them? Did you have them talk to them? I'm very confident in Tua. He's done a lot of good things this spring, this offseason, this training camp. Played well last week, and again, my conversations with the players, are going to always remain between me and that player. So I talk to a lot of players every day. Obviously, I spend a lot of time with the quarterbacks. But yeah, those conversations will remain between myself and that player. Coach, regardless of any talks with other teams, a portion of this fan base would like to hear the team say they're not interested in Deshaun Watson. Would you say that? Feel comfortable saying that? I mean, I would say I'm interested in the players that are on our team. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in Reed Sinnett, who went out there and played, his butt off tonight. I'm interested in Jared Dokes, who we talked about, a second ago. I'm interested in the guys who, that didn't play today, that, we're focused on our recovery and being fresh for next week. That's what I would say. I'm interested in the players on the Miami Dolphins.
Sounds like ownership just handed him his black card.
Yeah, like I said, I can't stand this kind of stuff myself. This is just me. I mean, this is my opinion. I just hate when people do that. And number one, I hate this whole Deshaun Watson thing because you know what? At the end of the day, somebody might come out days, weeks, years from now, and say, hey, all of that was a big lie. But that man will be torn down for the rest of his life just over a rumor. It could be a rumor. It could be some kind of ploy. It could be whatever. But at the end of the day, that man will have to live with that the rest of his life, because at his Hall of Fame ceremony, somebody be out there bringing it up, or somebody be out there saying that he shouldn't be in there because of that. Even though somebody else said, oh, it was all a lie. You know, the owner made that up because he was trying to get him to stay, whatever, blah, 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 blah. It will have an effect on him and his career and his legacy for the rest of his life. And I just think it's so unfair. And so that's why I hate to see it being perpetuated even more the way it was in this instance right here, because this is exactly what he's going to have to put up with for the rest of his time. Yes. You know, he could go give $1 billion to Susan B. Komen, whatever, for cancer, and somebody say, well, yeah, it's funny he does that because he don't give a damn about women. You know how the way they said he was treating women. I mean, it's just gonna follow him forever. And it's, you gotta feel and hurt for that guy because of that. So anyway, Jay said he loved the way he balled up that paper at the end of it. I was too like what was that supposed to be? Was that supposed to show he was strong?
Yeah. No, shut up. Let me put him out.
You grab that napkin like what was that? Was that a show or strip? What was that's what I'm talking about her.
Yeah, those were the notes from the owner. This is what you finna say, bro.
What you about to say? There you go. But you know what, Miss Karen? I'm gonna start doing that to end our shows every week. I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, all right, folks. Let's move on. Last thing we're gonna talk about in the NFL. All right, we all know, we remember the first round draft picks, whether we agreed with them, didn't agree with them, whatever. Right now, as things stand today, and I'm gonna have to get Jason back on there because I know he got a good one. He'll have a good one. Who is the biggest bust that you've seen out there as far as the rookies, first round draft picks? Who is your pick for biggest bust so far? Start off, Miss Karen. Miss Karen, what do you think?
You don't see my face? That suggests I might not know.
I know. I can go first if y'all want me to go first. Irv, I'm gonna give Irv a shot then.
Yeah, for me, that's a tough one. I gotta think about that one for real quick.
Oh, they tough for me. I'm ready.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, I'm gonna split this board down the middle. Nah, I'm gonna do 3/4 of the way. Jamar Chase is mine, man. Jamar Chase can't catch a pass.
Shut up, Jason. You always stealing shit from me.
Does he play for the Bengals?
You make me sick.
Yeah, he played for the Bengals.
Yeah.
You made me sick. You knew that was gonna be my pick.
Yeah.
You knew that was gonna be my pick. How could y'all not say Jamar Chase?
Man,
that joker dropping balls left and right. He has been terrible. And he played for the Bengals. I wish Travis had his ass on here. Man, are you kidding me? I mean, that joker has dropped more balls than he's caught at this point. Listen, I mean, he is awful. I can't believe y'all didn't pick Jamar Chase.
Only because, okay, so he was one of the people I was thinking about. The other one was Devontae Smith. We have not heard, and I watched a few games.
I'll give you that because I hadn't heard nothing from him.
It is because he's not the guy. He's not getting open.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you why I didn't pick him. Because I actually felt like, I know he was the Heisman Trophy winner. I felt like Jamar Chase was the best wide receiver in the draft.
He was.
And that's why I would pick Jamar Chase as a bigger bust than Devontae Freeman, because I honestly felt like he was the best receiver in the draft. And he looks like trash. I mean, he looks terrible. You think his ass was playing for Atlanta the way he looks. And then going to Magic City every night.
I see that coming.
It make it worse that how the reports out of camp is like, Chase can't even separate. Against what corners? The Bengals corners?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But I didn't get my other 1/4 of the award. That I think is I hate to call it a bust, but just because I'm frustrated with it. Man, I have to get that thing to Trey Lance, man. How you ain't take that job from Jimmy Garoppolo? Garoppolo looks terrible.
Come on, I understand
Listen,
why.
now, Trey
Like,
Lance,
you snatched that job.
that's some old politics going on out there.
Yeah,
Because somebody got to look good for getting Jimmy and giving him ass all that money. That's why they try. That's the only reason why. Because then, if I'm a reporter, I'm like, wait a minute, let me get this straight. So the one you gave all that damn money to the other, now y'all cutting him? I mean, what now? They could cut Jimmy. Guess where Jimmy gonna go? Right out there where
But
Cam
New
just
England.
left from. Now he gonna go where Cam just left from. Back to Belichick. Back to Belichick where he belongs.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Like, I get what you all are trying to say, but Jimmy Garoppolo can still look good and get traded. Trey Lance does not look good, so he can't even be in the conversation of being like, "Oh, well, we ready." Like, Trey Lance be throwing touchdowns on third stringers, and I watched every 9 game because every snap he's taking in the preseason, I've watched. When it be the starters in, Trey Lance be getting mollywopped, and then all of a sudden when the third string come in, you see all the long touchdowns. They're like, "Oh, look at that arm! Look at that, man! You ain't showed them highlights when he was getting rocked."
Rock.
Like, Trey
Court.
Lance does not look good against the number ones, and it's like to the point that I'm like, damn, I guess we might as well keep Garoppolo because Trey Lance ain't ready. Man, that's
Now,
what I'm saying. Trey Lance
might not be ready.
You the third
Trey
pick,
Lance
you
might
got a
not be
ball.
ready. You ain't got to keep Garoppolo. Even though Trey Lance ain't ready, I mean, shit, I'm about ready to take Matt Ryan, bring his ass on out
Oh,
there.
here we go.
If
Hey,
you go keep Gigolo
Put
Jimmy.
that. Everybody in the chat, record what he just said.
Yeah. He just
Right.
said, take that ride.
He got mad hate for the Falcons, but he can't keep them out his mouth.
Don't let that one slide, chat. Don't let that one go. You heard what he said.
Y'all know all about those damn Matt Ryan. They know all
What
about
about-
Matt Ryan.
What about Panay Sewell?
Under no circumstance. Who?
Panay Sewell.
The big boy, the big offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
We've been getting beat.
Thank you, Miss Carey. Listen. I told y'all a long time ago about that. I said I can't wait to see him get in the NFL, see him tossing people with one hand and doing all that stuff he was doing. Them little boys up there in the Pac-12 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, up there got them doggone Chinese, Asian kids he throwing around and stuff. I mean, you crazy as hell. Got them damn Eskimos up there you throwing around. Wait till you get a hold of one of these doggone Black Panther people, Wakandans. Let's see if you throw Wakanda around.
When them people was making money in high school.
The NFL is full of Wakandans. You remember when they came out the mountain talking about, hoo. That's what they got in the NFL. I'm trying to tell you, the NFL is full of Wakandans. Let me see him throw some of them around like you throw them people around in college. Man, you crazy as hell. They're talking about, Panay Sewell. I said, man, please.
You said, what's his name? Okay, that's all you had to say.
Yeah, I was like, man, you crazy. I said, because I'm telling you, if you ever watch his highlights, that joker looked like he been on steroids, super strong. I mean, he just dogging people out with one hand, just slapping them, and they would go sliding. What in the hell?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who does he think he'll do like that in the NFL?
Exactly.
I was amazed that everybody was so enthralled with this man, but they were. Everybody was. Anyway, my pick still remains Jamar Chase because he has been boo-boo so far. So hopefully he'll fix that. All right, let's move on real quick. We got about we'll say 6 minutes left because we started. Anybody see the Nebraska game the other day, the kickoff show? Nebraska played Illinois. I know y'all don't watch college football. It was sad. It was terrible. It was in I think it was at Illinois.
It was.
But Scott Frost has got to be I don't think he's gonna survive this season as the head coach. And they said they just gave him like a 2-year extension a couple years ago, or maybe even last year. But guys, the way I saw that game the other day, I'm like, ain't no way in the hell he gonna survive this season. What do you think, Herb?
You can't lose to Illinois and Nebraska.
I agree. I mean, I don't know how you survive that.
Like, I cut the game off. Like, the way they lost, you can't lose like that.
Yeah. I'm with you. Miss Carey, you see the game?
I didn't. I only watched one game. It was UCLA and Hawaii.
Well, let me make sure you understand this. Scott Frost was a demigod, if not a god, down at UCF. He could still be down there. He could literally go around in swim trunks all day with no pockets. He could go into any store, get whatever he wanted, and just walk out, and nobody would say a word. I mean, he was like the emperor of middle Florida down there. Just walk into any store, get gas for free wherever he went. Wife was getting groceries for free. He was like a demigod down there, if not a full god. And then he decided to leave for bigger treasures and go to Nebraska. And it's going to be the undoing of him, because when he leaves Nebraska, he better be going into a booth somewhere to talk about football, because he'll never have a coaching job again after he leaves Nebraska.
This is his first year?
This is his second, I think it's his third year at Nebraska. I think this will be his third year at Nebraska. But they have stumped for every year he's been there. And now, when they start putting up things about worst losing percentage in school history, and he's number 2. And they kept putting up that graphic. And I'm like, when they play that graphic as many times as they played it, your ass is in trouble as a coach. And they kept on putting that graphic up there that he is like third all time. Tom must be smoking that good stuff today, boy. He got a lot to say today.
Oh Lord.
Tom is putting it out there. You say Gabe Irvin is from is a true freshman out there from Buford. I know there's a couple guys out there. Quentin Newsom, one of our guys, is a DB out there. Plays corner for them, starts for them at cornerback. Quentin Newsom. So y'all can look him up too. Yeah, Mr. Miss Peter said they watched that game, and it looked bad, and he looked bad. All right, we got UGA versus Clemson going on this weekend, 7:30 on they're playing up there in North Carolina.
But yeah.
Charlotte. I think the game is actually in Charlotte, North Carolina. They didn't want to come to Atlanta because they say that's like a home game for UGA. So Clemson said, no, we got to meet on some neutral ground. So they figured that Charlotte's about equal way for them and Georgia to get there. So anyway, who you taking? Miss Carol? I know Miss Carol. She's a home. I know you're going for the Bulldog, ain't you? Ain't you a Bulldog? Oh, got a little Clemson orange out. Hey, look at that. Well, how did that happen?
I'm pulling for Clemson. Ooh. I can't stand Georgia.
Ooh.
Sorry.
No, you did not. Well, I can't stand Georgia either, but that's a little bit easier to understand with me. See this how I hate everything Atlanta. But with you, Miss Carey, I am shocked. Miss Carey is taking Clemson. What do you think, Herb?
Well, I heard Georgia has a little bit too many injuries out there, so I'm going Clemson on this one too.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that. Herb has been beating the bush. I was taking Clemson anyway. I'm a Georgia fan. I want on the record, I love Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart's a great man. I love him. I've been around him enough and met him enough times and see him every year when we go up there for 7-on-7. And he always comes by our school for recruiting. And he comes in our coach's office and we talk to him for a while. He is a great guy and I really like him. I just don't think that Georgia is ready to make that leap yet. I don't know if they're going to ever make that leap with Kirby at the helm. I hope that they do for Kirby's sake. But I just don't think they're ready. I think that Clemson is going to and they're talking about Clemson running around saying this could be the best defense they've ever had in the history of the school is what's being thrown out there. So that will be very interesting to see. All right, get yourself ready, Herb. I want to know which top 10 team will be first to be upset, not just beaten. Because one of the top 10 teams, if Clemson beats Georgia like they're supposed to, that won't be an upset. No. Because Clemson's ranked number 3 and Georgia's number 6. So I'm saying which team will be upset the first in the top 10? Which team? Because you could say it'd be this week if Clemson upsets Georgia.
I'm going to say Oklahoma.
Ooh, interesting. Miss Karen, what say you?
I'm trying to look at the teams.
And
There you go. Jason got him right there for you.
I'm gonna say, I'm just taking a stab. I'm gonna say Florida.
Florida, I don't see Florida in the top 10.
Oh,
no, that's okay. Now Alabama's not losing to Florida.
okay, damn.
So I got a couple up there, but Oklahoma just never starts off the season well.
I'm agreeing with you with Oklahoma. I'm not saying that will be my pick, but of that top 10 right there, I'm going to take Iowa State. I'm not a believer in Iowa State.
And to be honest, anybody after 6.
Yeah, well, you know how I feel. After the top, I say anybody after 5. I mean, you can just, pull them out of a hat. I mean, they could have Vanderbilt up there at number 7. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, just pull them out of a hat. I don't care because nobody matters but top 5. Really, in the eyes of the country, nobody matters but top 4 as it stands now. Go Dogs, sick 'em. I hear you, Tom.
But it's like Oklahoma will lose to like Texas Tech first or second game of the season, and then be like 5th or 6th seed trying to get into the playoffs at the end of the year. It happens every year.
I know. It always happens. You're right. I agree with you on that. Miss Carey, what do you think?
I'm gonna say, can you go back to the list, Jason?
One more time, Jay. Show the list one more time.
I'm gonna say Oklahoma. Did somebody already pick Oklahoma?
Yeah. Irv picked Oklahoma. Yeah. And I picked Iowa State.
You picked Iowa State.
I'm gonna say Texas A&M.
Okay. I will go with that.
That's another good one too.
All right, and almost last thing we're going to talk about. Tomorrow, prime time Wednesday, Neon Dion takes the Jacksonville Jack State to play against UAB.
Hey, slow down, Coach. It's called Coach Sanders. Slow down.
Coach Sanders. No, I can't call him.
Got to call him Coach.
Hey, look, he called himself Prime. I'm going to call him Prime. It ain't his mama called him Prime. He called himself Prime. In the era that I came up with, because me and him came out the same year, and Howie Long said on TV, why are all these clowns giving themselves nicknames? He said, do you not know, at least in football, nickname is something that's given to you. I mean, I didn't walk out calling myself Boo. That's a nickname that was given to me. So like I said, he's the one that called himself Prime. So now don't get mad when I call you what you made everybody call you for a long time. I might call you Coach Prime, but it won't be no Coach Sanders. I can tell you that much. I mean, Miss Carey, what you think? Who you going to take in that game tomorrow? Tomorrow night.
I'm just going to go with Coach Sanders.
Coach Sanders, okay. Irv, what do you think?
Hey, he got his son starting at quarterback. I think he got something cooked up over there. So we're going to see.
I wish they were playing a better opponent. I think that they will get by UAB because I think that he has done a very good job in building at least a team with a lot of talent. Now, I understand that they do have a lot of talent. So I picked them to win, maybe not by much, but I picked them to win by like a touchdown or something like that. But I do pick them at least to prevail. So, and I do wish them well, and I will be rooting for him because I know him. And I mean, I don't know anybody at UAB or that coaches at UAB or whatever. So I'll root for him. But I damn sure ain't going to call him no Coach Sanders. And Miss Carey, I better not hear that come out of your mouth again. He's talking about Coach Sanders. Anyway, last but not least, did y'all see that mess with Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley?
Yes, it did.
I mean, come on now. Come on now. Was it a fight or a fiasco? I'll go with you, Miss Carey, first.
I didn't see it. I don't follow the Paul brothers.
I'm going to get Jason back out here because I know Jason saw it. Come on back out here, Jay. We about to close this thing up anyway.
I ain't watching that shit.
Right.
Watching that for? That
Irv, did you see
stuff.
it?
I ain't watching that white
I watched it from beginning to end.
And talk to me, or tell me about it.
Tyron Woodley did not come to fight.
Really?
Listen, Jake Paul, as much as I don't like Jake Paul and the Paul brothers, this might be his best fight. And I don't care what nobody else says. This might be his best fight strategically wise.
Mm-hmm.
He basically got the safe punches in. He basically fought it like a Mayweather fight, except he just got tired early.
That's what I heard.
He got the safe punches in, the good punches in, and was waiting for Woodley to attack, and Woodley never threw a punch.
Mhm.
Now I will say this: I did not watch it because I don't pay to watch that kind of mess. But I wouldn't watch it for free. I mean that to me is like Jason and Travis going out there and watch that midget tossing. But but my son did watch it, and he said that it was like Mayweather, like Jason just said. He said Paul was doing all the dancing and the sticking and moving, but he said he ran from Woodley all night long. But he said the most significant punches were clearly from Woodley. That Woodley hit his ass a couple times and staggered him real bad a couple times.
He caught him going through the ropes.
Woodley had the most punishing blows, even though he had less of them. And he said that if he was scoring the fight, and of course a lot of his buddies who were scoring it, they thought that Woodley won the fight. Because like I said, they said that Paul was just doing a lot of sticking and jabbing and moving and all that, but nothing significant. Like 80% of his punches that he landed were just jabs. And he ain't knock nobody out with a jab.
Listen, I'll tell you this. Boxing is all about hitting and not getting hit. Jake Paul, even though he got hit with some significant punches, he did not get hit. And like I tell you, you got to watch it. Like I don't advise people to watch fights like this, but if you did watch it, when Woodley attacked him, Jake Paul had nothing, and he got tired when he attacked him. Woodley never attacked him, and it was so frustrating because he had the energy. He was getting to him, but it was frustrating because he was never throwing a punch. And Jake Paul was just racking up the points. He caught him with a couple nice hooks and straights and jabs, but Paul won because he was connecting. Bottom line.
Wow.
He landed 60 more punches in an 8-round fight.
Okay. Let me say this because we're about to close up. Let me answer some of these questions on here. Yes, Matthew Collette, we did talk about IMG, and we talked about Bishop, Sycamore, and Cam Newton going to be their quarterbacks. We talked about that first thing. Richard Hood, I said I would not go watch midget tossing. I might go watch midget bowling. Now, if you want to have some midget bowling,
what are they tossing?
I might go watch that, Jay. Could you imagine somebody grabbing one of them jokers and throwing them down? Yeah, I might go watch that. That might be pretty good. Anyway, Tom, we appreciate you. I know you said you got to go, and we appreciate you being on here. And
hey, Dion, I was just wondering.
Oh, let's back up a little bit. You don't call Nick Saban Nick. You don't call me Dion.
I call Nick Saban Nick.
No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a lie. If you call Nick Nick, you know you get cussed out of the spot. So don't do that. Treat me like Nick.
Okay, Dion. Just
Hey, this was Dion did.
And he got up and left.
Dion.
He got up and left. Yes, he did. He dipped on him too, boy. He dipped.
His version was this.
And then you see old boy like, okay, Dion. He like, man, they ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Yeah, he like, man, I'm not trying to hear this. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit. I know Mr. Sanders. Coach Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Oh,
man. Okay.
Dude, that was
Dion.
hilarious.
Like, that dude said it with emphasis. Okay, Dion. I'm like,
Yeah.
You can't respect that man and call him by what he asked to be called by.
Oh, dude, that was terrible. That was terrible. All right, folks. Richard, I know you're dipping on us. I know everybody's about to get out of here. thank you all. We're sorry for being late tonight. Like I said, we got things to do too, and we run a little bit late, so we apologize. But we want to at least run over a little bit more and get everything in. Miss Carey, thank you for being here. Irv in the Chocolate City, Cam Newton's new home. Maybe you can see if the house next year is available, and you can let me know, and I'll let his entourage know. And maybe Cam won't move in there, but you could have somebody in Cam's entourage living next door to you. You know?
He's moving in Dwayne Haskins' old house.
There you go. There you go.
All right, folks, we appreciate everybody for being here. Once again, good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the hip. Thank you all for watching.